Respected friends, welcome you all. What a wonderful, delightful thought and execution to listen to the great Shastras of our Sanatana Dharma every day in the evening. Lucky we are here to have that beautiful Sankalpa, and we are putting due efforts to accomplish it. This is a very beautiful first step on this royal road towards the ultimate. Maintaining this consistency, then desiring and trying again to go little deeper is our next step. In listening the deeper, in little of study, little of reflection, and then slowly the intellectual apprehension, knowledge starts happening. First and foremost, the subject matter of Bandha Moksha as taught by the Mukta Gurus through the Shastras, we should be able to understand. From that alone, the inspiration comes to do sadhana, and all ideas, all understandings, all things की where to get the help from, who's, how the help has to be taken, ये सारा अपने आप खुलने लगता है. So good again. Come here. Let us do the study of Yoga Vasishtha Maharamayam. Then we will do our Nirguna Manasa Puja and little of our Parayana of the Skanda Purana. Yes, that much we'll do. Upanishad Parayan, maybe sometime it will take. So let us start with our Sankalpa Prarthana, and we all know Lokasevaka Dharmastapaka Viragi Bhakta Shishya Mumukshu Jignasu Shrota Sadhaka Parishrami Prerita Prashanta Gambhira Samskrita Bhasha Jnatrutva, then Guru Upasaka, Daiva Upasaka, Manana Karta, Chintana Karta, Dhyata, Anubhavi. These are the Vyaktitwas we have to consciously build in ourselves. Helping is from the Brahma Tattva Sakshat, Ishvara, Jagannatha, Devatas, Gurus, and Shastra. They are ready. We have to be ready. They are only there for that purpose only. We coming out of any type of reluctance and all, we have to pursue. To get all this knowledge in our buddhi only, this entire Shravana Prayatna we are doing. And always do one thing of keeping the Antakarana chip empty to load it with all the positive things. If all the non-required things are there, there will be no space at all for the positive. Right? Now let us start 3 to 4 minutes in our Prarthana Sankalpa and continue the Adhyanam where we stopped yesterday in the um, Utpatti Prakarana 6th Sarga MUMUKSHU PRAYATNA UPADESHA. You all remember? First Prayatna is to become MUMUKSHU. Naturally, the second Prayatna is to fulfill that MUMUKSHA by knowing the self, because knowing the self is moksha. Here, the stress given by Sri Vashishtha ji is about prayatna. You know, there are good sadhakas, lots of sadhana they are doing. So they got that mumuksha in them. Oh Bhagavan, let me also have the mumuksha with the total understanding. What is the total understanding? Knowing that where are we bound? उसी से मोक्ष चाहते हैं, उसी को मुमुक्षा कहते हैं. किस बंधन में हम हैं उसको जानकर वहां से बाहर आने की इच्छा को मुमुक्षा कहते हैं. प्रभु से करे प्रार्थना, डेफिनेटली that will come. Let us see how wonderfully we are guided. Today you will see Vasishtha ji in only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps where to how to start from till how to reach the last. He will guide us. कोशिश करेंगे हम पूरा देखने का. Start. ओम 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 सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ॐ येरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः सच्चास्त्राः तान्नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम्। ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ॐ श्रीराम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं रामनामवरानने। ॐ तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे। विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहम्। तस्मै श्रीवाल्मीकये गुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नता स्मः। पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरभिगलयन् शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये। ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि। ओम परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्म विद्या भक्ति विद्या योग विद्या धर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीरामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे श्री वशिष्ठ विश्वामित्र वाल्मीकि वेदव्यास वामदेव नारदादि ब्रह्म विद्याचार्येभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपा अनुग्रहेण उपनिषत् योगवासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराण इतिहास संतवाङ्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्त ऋषिमुनिगुरु देवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्मस्य वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृतेः सांप्रदायानां शास्त्राणां मोक्षमार्गाणां गुरुशिष्य भक्त भगवत परंपरादीनां पुनरुत्थान जागरण विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शांति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थं अस्मिन् सनातन धर्म संस्थापने कंकणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिवकृष्णादि समस्त मंदिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्य दिव्य क्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालय भूभागादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञयाग साधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तर शत्रूणां शाश्वत रूपेण समूल निर्मूलनं भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थं विश्वे मोक्षधर्म पुरुषार्थ प्रतिष्ठा द्वारा विश्व संरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सर्वेषां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवद् देवता गुरुशास्त्र सत्संग साधना सेवा माता पितृदेश धर्म सनातन धर्म भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थं अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्र मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः। ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ति स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः। ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शन दृश्यभोः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः। ओम स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्मादानन्दस्याम्बरेवनौ सर्वेषां जीवनन्दस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः। दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः। ओम श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः। श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण शास्त्रम तृतीय उत्पत्ति प्रकरणम मुमुक्षु प्रयत्न उपदेशो नाम षष्ठ सर्गः। श्री राम उवाच श्री वसिष्ठ उवाच। Friends, yesterday we have seen the summary of what we have seen at length in last few classes. Okay. Now, in this 14th mantra, one thing we have to catch. He says, Atraikam Paurusham Yatnam Varjayitvetaragatihi Sarvadukha Kshaya Praptau Nakachidupapadyate. So, Itaragatihi, other path or way, Sarva Dukkha Kshaya Praptau, in obtaining destruction of all the dukkhas, the other path, Nakachid Upapadyate, never is available. The other path, other than this one, which is that Ekam Paurusham Yatnam. Now we have to pause and ponder. If at all we are in samsara, it is not accidental. We are doing Paurusha. In the same way, if at all we have to have moksha, that Paurusha Prayatna, the Paurusha Yatna is the most important thing. So the same thing said in other texts in different language. Meaning is same. If it is said in Gita, Uddhared Atmana Atmanam, that and this and same meaning. And in our colloquial or in our layman's language, if you say it like this, it's same. What is it? तुम्हारे मुक्ति के लिए तुम्हें इच्छा नहीं है. For your own liberation, if you have no desire and no effort, what can anybody do? These two things always let us remember. If I have ichha for my moksha and I am doing my purusha prayatna, two things. Not even God can stop me. Second, God and everybody will help me. That will come after five slokas. Same way, if I myself am not desiring for moksha, not putting my own effort, neither God nor anybody, even though they want to help, it will be helpless because you are not interested. This is looking to be so simple but very important thing misses out of our sight. आंख बंद करके क्या करना है स्वामी जी? इफ यू आस्क, यही करना है. Am I desirous of my own moksha? Am I ready to do my own purusha prayatna? I am not. Then how can you get moksha? देखो, रोने से, सिंपैथी सीख करने से, इमोशनली होने से बात नहीं बनती. फैक्ट्स आर फैक्ट्स. Whether it's a health issue, it's a relational issue or financial issue, facts है भाई. You are wasting your money in unwanted expenses. That's why your bank is always empty. It's a fact. You control your expenses, there will be some balance. You are irregular in so many of your food and all that. That's why you have disease. What is sentiment about it? मैं भी irregular रहूंगा फिर भी मुझे बीमारी नहीं हो नहीं ऐसा होता. So to have full of ego, I am selfish. I don't want to change. I'm arrogant. But still nobody loves me. अरे, I don't want to change. कर तो कैसा होगा? Why will people love you? Are you worthy? किस तरह से worthy हो? Here also, if I am not interested in my own purushartha prayatna, for my own moksha, who can do what? How many ways, how many times this thought has to be contemplated upon for getting the clear conviction? So many ways we have to do. That I have to do my own Purusha Prayatna. With that, as it was said earlier, Sadevo Gnayate. Here what is said? If the Purushartha Prayatna is not done, Sarva Dukkha Kshaya Praptau, for the removal of all dukkha permanently, which is called moksha, there is no other way. तो इसको अपने लैंग्वेज में बोला, तुम्हारे मुक्ति के लिए तुम्हें ही प्रयत्न करना है. You can understand it's whichever the language, but the point has to go so inside. And to do the Purushartha Prayatna for moksha, whatever sources, strengths required, we are born as human being, we are gifted them freely. Especially when you are born in Bharata Varsha Sanatana Dharma, before we are born, already gurus are there, already shastras are there, every facilities around is there, capacities, abilities, all of them are there. Some of them, if we lack, we can put little effort, we can gain them. This is the very essential thing. एकम पौरुषम यत्नम वर्चयित्वा इतरा गति न काचिद उपपद्यते सर्व दुख क्षय प्राप्त. अब मर्जी आपके भैया, देख लो. Right? Now immediately you have to ask a question. What is Purusha Prayatna? Purusha Prayatna is to get these two medicines for destruction of the samsara vyadi. What are the medicines? Yesterday we were told. सच्चास्त्र सज्जना संगौ, ये दोनों दवाइयां है ना. The sajjanas will tell us all preparations. We have to do them and prepare. The same sajjanas with Shastra tell us about the means and the goal. That also we have to understand. Follow those means, reach the goal. मजेदार बात है कि नहीं. Now here again Bhagavan Vasishtha ji says, many times you might have heard from many people. You must be having a very good idea, some of you vague idea. For your own interest, once more I am telling in very clear steps the sadhanas. इस तरह हमारे शास्त्रों में फिर से कहेंगे करके थाउजेंड ऑफ टाइम्स दे टेल साधनास एनी टाइम एनीवेयर इफ यू कैन कैच इट एंड प्रैक्टिस इट मोक्ष. Here his promise, let us listen. Vasishtaji's promise. He says, Shrunutat Paurusham Kidruk Atmagnanasya Labdhaye Yena Shamyatya Sheshena Ragadvesha Vishuchika. You have to have good patience, good listening ability, good concentration and thinking to understand this here. It is simple, but two types are there here, two thoughts are there. He says, Shrunutat Paurusham Kidruk. Shrunu means suno. Tat Paurusham means that Purushartha Prayatna which you have to do. Kidruk, kis tarah ka ho? For what? Atmagnanasya labdhaye. For the labdhi, obtainment of Atmagnana. So what Paurusha Prayatna has to be done for obtaining Atmagnana? I am telling you, you listen, Shrunu. Now the next thing is important. Yena means Yena Atmagnanena. By gaining that Atmagnana, Shamyati absolutely gets quietened. Asheshena, without any reminiscences. What is that gets quietened without any remaining after the Atmagnana is Raga Dvesha Vishuchika. The most Vishuchika disease of Raga Dvesha will totally get destroyed. Now you see, there are two things. So far, what we studied, when the Raga Dvesha are removed or reduced, heart becomes pure, then we become qualified for Atmajnana. Here, kya keh rahe? Obtain the Atmajnana, then the Raga Dvesha Vishuchika will go away. That means what? Both are complementary. In the sense what? First, from present state of so many of Raga Dveshas, when we reduce them through various Viveka Vairagya practices, make us capable of studying Shastras and going for Atmajnana. First point. Then with that process, when the Atma Jnana is gained, Atman is one without second. Once the one without second Atman is discovered, there is not even mind also. Then when there is no mind, where is Ragadvesha? So total elimination of Ragadvesha, total elimination of the mana happens with Atma Jnana is equal to total elimination of the samsara vyadhi. तो इससे एक बात क्या पकड़ना है हमको. The danger of arrival of ragadvesha in us continues till the atma jnana is gained. Just like the danger of entangling in anything will continue in the dream till we wake up. Is it not? In the dream, with the dream world, wherever we are, some or the other ragadvesha किसी के साथ होता ही रहता है हमारा संसार. What is the Asheshena Shamyati way? What is the way for the total dissolution of that Ragadvesha and the created samsara of the dream? Is it not waking up? In the same way, discovering that one without self alone is there everywhere. Other than this knowledge, there is no way for total elimination of Ragadvesha. फिर संसार भी चलता है. The main point here is अशेषेण राग द्वेष विसूचिका शाम्यत. अब रहेगा नहीं, दोबारा नहीं आएगा. Like somebody is having some infection, severe symptoms are heavily seen, then immediately they rush for the hospital. Tests are done, so much of infection, then the antibiotic whatever starts. After 3 days देखा the 80% infection came to 60, then 50, 40, 20, 30 तक हो गया, और एक हफ्ता ले लो. In the last test में पूरा infectious thing is gone, everything is negative. आ गया, अब you are now free, you can move in the world, no disease. In the same way, Atma Jnana is such a medication which will eradicate completely the Raga Dvesha Vishuchika. I am not using my terminology of medicine. वशिष्ठ जी himself is using. वो खुद ही कह रहे हैं ना, संसार को भी उन्होंने व्याधि कहा ऊपर, राग द्वेष को भी विषुचिका कहा यहाँ. Just like for the physical body, the physical diseases, to the mind also, these are the diseases. So therefore, understand in your own way. Shastra, the acharyas will speak in the Shastra Jnana way. They are bound by that. You and I have to, after listening, translate it to understand in our own language. So that means what? How to think? Oh, I in my mind, for the objects, for the people, for the places, I have excessive likes, dislikes. That's why all my thought flow is towards them. And I am running towards which? I have raga, running away from which? Dvesha. By the time all this is being done, the life is oozing away. And through Ragadvesha, nothing but misery. Oh, ho, I have to just reduce my Ragadvesha towards the things and beings. Therefore, my time, mind, energy are not wasted. Oh, ho, this I have to use for Atma Jnana Prapti. And for that, go to the Guru, listen from Shastra, contemplate, meditate. Oh, this is what I have to mold my life to be. In that effort, one day I have to realize that self. The result of the self realization is nothing other than the self, therefore, no chance of raga, dvesha, desire, even if you want. Oh, this is the way. Oh, मैं अभी यहाँ हूँ. Now let me close my eyes. Take my pen notebook. Write down towards what things beings have raga, dvesha. How to eliminate them. व्यवहार continues. You have to be in the same world. कहाँ जाओगे? यहीं रहकर ही कैसे उसको कम करना. इतना बढ़िया एक्सरसाइज करोगे ना. See the joy of really from within ourselves transforming from a person of ragadveshi to the viragi. Therefore, from a person of samsari to a sadhaka. It is inexplicable, बाबा. खुद अंदर जब उसका होता है, गुरु भगवान कोशिश कर ही जा रहे हैं, कर ही जा रहे हैं, कर ही जा रहे हैं. They have no other work to do than this. If we also give time, energy and cooperate, बहुत जल्दी बन जाता है, जरूर बन जाता है. We have to be little strong, ruthless towards wherever we are caught up in this regard. थोड़ा सा बात समझ रहे हैं. So, Shrunu Tat Paurusham Kidruku. What is that Paurusha to be done? I am telling you, listen, Atma Jnana Silabdaye, for the obtaining of Atma Jnana. What happens after Atma Jnana obtained? Yena Shamyati Asheshena. Without a remanence, totally gets destroyed. What? Ragadvesha Vishuchika. That disease of Ragadvesh. अब देखो जब मन से रागद्वेष निकल गए, मन खाली है. And then with the jnana gained that everything is Bhagavan only, you just love everyone, serve everyone, own everyone. उस जीवन का आनंद देखो. अभी दो चार लोगों में राग द्वेष से फंस के जिंदगी वेस्ट कर रहे हैं. What a funny life it is. Are we matured? Are we educated? We are Buddha only. So see the Mahatmas. They love all human, birds, animal, plants, पंचमोहात, महाभूतास, माउंटेन, सबके प्रति उनका भगवत दृष्टि है. क्यों? उनके मन में नो राग द्वेष रोग. They have eliminated it. एक आध बात है इसमें समझ ले. लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड. विथ राग द्वेष टुवर्ड्स सम थिंग्स एंड बीइंग्स, anyway we are in struggle with them, because to whom we have dvesha they never leave us, and to whom we have raga they never come to us. They never leave. Anyway we are suffering here. The other side is what? We are not able to love others. We are not able to love our guru, our shastras, our lord. Why? Dimag pura isi se bhara hai. On the other hand, if we just keep it away and gain that Shastra Jnana and start loving everyone, be attentive. In loving everyone, these people also are included towards whom you have unnecessarily ragadvesh. You understand? This is a benefit, benefit, benefit only. In being Adhyatmika, in discovering that self, that process, other than benefit, कोई नुकसान है ही नहीं. हाँ, है नुकसान तो ignorance का, है नुकसान तो संसार का. स्वामी जी, I love my ignorance, I love my, what can I do? There are cartoons in this world. Everybody's only. They don't want to go to doctor. They want to suffer the pain and disease. Who can do what for him? Let us come out of that intellectual lethargy. Let us think in what lies our liberation or emancipation. It is only in the Atma Jnana Labdhi. So for that, go to the Upaya. Get the Upaya and practice it. So the thought is, O Rama, listen from me. The Upaya for Atma Jnana Labdhi, after which entire Ragadesha Vashichika, which was cause of samsara, goes away. Rama must be very attentive now, others also. Bhagwan Vasishtha, like spoon feeding only. So cutely he says. Doesn't make complicated. Where he had to make, he'll make. But in the beginning days में है ना अभी तो हम third प्रकरण ही पढ़ रहे हैं. You have to study fourth, fifth, sixth, and in big ones they're all. Third में भी शुरू में ही only the sixth. We have 120 sargas in this. Let us start. First, यथा संभवया वृत्त्या लोकशास्त्राविरुद्धया संतोष संतुष्टमनाः भोगगंधम परित्यजेत. लिख लो वन बाय वन साधना. फर्स्ट, यथा संभवया वृत्त्या. Whatever the vritti or profession sambhava to you. He is not specifically mentioning यही करो तुम. Doctor बनो, lawyer बनो, engineer बनो. Professionally he is not forcing. Whatever is sambhava to you, according to your ability, capacity, opportunity. इसका अर्थ क्या हुआ? Follow some vritti for your own filling the belly. नहीं तो क्या होगा? You depend on others. Then that all gets accumulated as a runa. To clear that runa, you have to be associated with those fellows for many lives. And you cannot do your sadhana. कुछ घरों में होते हैं 25 साल 40 साल सर्वेंट लगे रहते हैं. वो बेचारा कितना इनके ऊपर डिपेंड है कि वो सर्व कर ही जा रहे हैं. नो दैट फेलो के माइंड में स्पिरिचुअलिटी है ही नहीं है. देयर इज नो चांस. इतना ऋण है. फर्स्ट थिंग ये है. इसलिए वशिष्ठ ने इसको कहा यथा संभवया वृत्त्या प्रोफेशन. Two conditions are told in that. One, loka aviruddha, shastra aviruddha. That vritti should not be against the shastra told vritti. And it also should not be loka viruddha, with which the loka, the world, is troubled by us. Then it is a hint given, you all understand. यार मैं क्या बताऊं. नहीं तो अगर स्वामी जी की मैं चोरी का वृत्ति ले लूं, नो न शास्त्र का विरुद्ध है वो. लोक विरुद्ध है. लोगों को चीट करने वाला मैं वृत्ति ले लूं हाथ में, दैट इज नॉट अलाउड. शास्त्र कहते हैं अकॉर्डिंग टू योर वर्ण वॉट एवर यू कैन डू, और अकॉर्डिंग टू योर ओन गुण वॉट एवर. एंड व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ लोक विरुद्ध नहीं होना है? दैट बाय विच द लोक द वर्ल्ड इज नॉट ट्रबल्ड. ऐसा वाला, वो वाला वृत्ति ले लो फर्स्ट. देन नेचुरली व्हेन यू आर डूइंग दैट वृत्ति और प्रोफेशन ऑफ द वर्क, यू गेट वॉट एवर द सैलरी फॉर योर livelihood. With that santosha, santosha is first, be happy. And then I can explain each of these things for hours together. There are so many. संतोष क्या हुआ कि यार इतना भी नहीं है बहुत लोगों को, मुझे इतना तो मिल रहा है. अदरवाइज द ऑपोजिट ऑफ इट द ग्रीड कम्स. द मोमेंट द डिसीज ऑफ ग्रीड कम्स, गया हो जिंदगी तुम्हारा. अब लगे रहोगे इन इंक्रीजिंग योर प्रोफेशंस, इन योर एक्सपैंडिंग बिजनेसेस, इन योर गेटिंग मोर एंड मनी, मोर अकाउंट्स इन बैंक्स, मोर. वेयर इज स्पिरिचुअलिटी देन? इसलिए संतोष. संतोष इज हैप्पी. आफ्टर बीइंग हैप्पी, द नेक्स्ट थिंग इज इजी, कॉल्ड एज संतुष्ट. दोनों अलग अलग है. संतोष इज हैप्पीनेस, संतुष्टि इज कंटेंटमेंट. What is the meaning of santushti? Contentment means even if opportunities come for expanding, he says no, I am contented. Happiness is means whatever has come, it is sufficient to me. संतुष्ट. प्रमोशन चाहिए आपको? नहीं चाहिए, मैं संतुष्ट हूं यहाँ. Why? Because with that promotion you get more and more involvement in more works. You will get salary more definitely, but then your time goes, no, you can't be a sadhaka. For sadhaka, these are all mumukshu ke liye. Remember, all our shastras are addressed to the sadhakas. Don't look at them from the samsari standpoint. For samsari, if there are opportunities to expand his businesses, works, to get more money, he will do that. He can never be sadhak. We are not addressing them. We are very careful to which audience we are addressing. Audience also should be careful. Ki, what subject is being spoken there? Is it for us or not? If at the very first stage you decide that I am a samsari, this is a wrong place. You go to a place where people are teaching from the Chanakya Niti only how to become richer day by day. You deserve them, they deserve you. I don't deserve you, you don't deserve me. This text is not for those people. Basic मुक्ति की बात हो रही है यहाँ, बोलो मत. Ramachandra ji is in that state of vairagya. To him it is addressed. So therefore, how many things are told? 5 things so far. First, vritti. Second, it should not be loka viruddha. Third, it should not be shastra viruddha. Four, with that whatever the livelihood you earn, santosha. Then santushta. 5 things are told. Then sixth one is what? Bhoga gandham parityajit. We are not machines, na? We are living human beings. From very many lives, if at all, we might have brought lot of bhoga gandha. Gandha means vasana. Or we see the world around us. They're all bhogis more, 90%. When you travel in a train or flight, one or two yogis you will see. Remaining all are bhogi. In Uttar Pradesh, only one yogi, all are bhogi because he's a CM. How kya kare? So they may, when we see them, we may be tempted by that. Therefore, the subtlety, intelligence of Vaashishtha ji, you can see, is using such a word by which two meanings are obtained. What is the word he used? Bhoga gandham parityajit. Actual meaning which we study about that is what? All bhoga vasanas you give up. That's the general meaning. Second meaning is what? Bhoga gandham parityajit. मतलब वो भोग रूपी बदबू इंग्लिश में कहते हैं, हिंदी में आने भी मत देना अपने पास. Both meanings look to be same, but there's very slight difference. Because little gandha, a little smell of the bhoga you allow inside means I want bhoga. Immediately, all your mind gets attracted towards that. Always ascertain, I am a yogi. My yoga is to yoke with Paramatma. What disturbs me in this is bhoga. A bhogi is with upaditadatma in the world. A yogi is free from the world and upadis and trying to reach his own self. Therefore, bhoga gandham parityajit. मतलब इवन इफ आई एम पुट अराउंड थाउजेंड्स ऑफ भोग वस्तुस yet उसका हमें असर थोड़ा भी नहीं होना चाहिए हमारे अंदर, वो टच भी नहीं करना मुझे. So come to that level, remain in that level. Like some children when they have to prepare for the exam next day interview. Earlier night, so many eatables are kept, everything. He says, Bhoga Gandha, Mama, don't give me. If I eat, I'll sleep, become sleepy, then I cannot study. So that for some time he is in this yoga state. Bhoga Gandham Parityajit. So to a patient who wants to become healthy, truly, all temptations are bad. He says, no, I have to be healthy. I don't want. So these samples, examples we see in the world. But they do it for a particular cause for some time. तो यहाँ हमें परमानेंटली करना है, not for any physical or health or anything, for getting atmanubhuti, to turn everything towards that self only. We have to see to it that we don't have the bhoga, what do you call, buddhi at all towards anything in the world. याद रखो इस बात को, भोग बुद्धि नहीं होना चाहिए इस जगत में टुवर्ड्स एनीथिंग. देन भोग गंध भी नहीं रहेगा. सो इसका अर्थ क्या है कि this state of mind can be achieved, should be achieved, wherein we are in the same world like we were earlier, we are in the same world like everybody is there, but they all have seeing the world, the bhoga buddhi towards it, we don't have. And let us say you entered into huge 7-star, 10-star hotel. 2,250 food items are kept there. Bhoga. Then all of them are, you are allowed to take them, are they ready to serve? मेरे को टैबलेट लेना है या कुछ लेना है, एक गिलास पानी दो, बस मुझे इसकी आवश्यकता है. बट व्हाट अबाउट ऑल 250? आई डोंट वांट. दैट इज कॉल्ड भोग गंधम परित्यजित. But such a delicious food is there, smell is there, free it is, you will enjoy it. What do you mean by that? I don't need it. That possibility we have to make it. मैं उल्टा बता रहा हूँ, आप बुरा मत मानना, मेरे को बोलने को होता है बार बार. Just like thousands of gurus are there, hundreds of shastras are there, so many temples are there, ashramas are there, but even one of them, does it come to our mind? So we are in a stage of yoga gandham parityajit. Instead of that, let us do bhoga gandham parityajit. अब ये कर सकते हैं तो क्यों नहीं? You imagine your last 1 week. How many hours you have spent on TV? And how many Mahatmas were talking in it? And did you listen to anyone? Yoga Gandham Parityajit. But all other things, घंटों बैठ गए, दिन ही गुजर गया. So 6 things understood. First one, yatha sambhavaya vritti. See the kindness of Vasishtha. Whatever is possible to you. Don't struggle for the difficult and impossible things and drain away your mind and intellect's capacities. Second, that vritti should be not contradictory to the Shastra as well as not contradictory to the Loka. लोक का शास्त्र का अविरुद्ध होना चाहिए हो, विरुद्ध नहीं होना. 3. Fourth one, संतोष, happy. Fifth one, santushti, contented. Then the last one is bhogagandham parityajit. So by saying this, not only the necessity of these sadhanas, Vashishtha ji is saying, it also means that they are possible. And when you try to do, our blessings are there for you. That's what Vashishtha ji is meaning. जिनमें उनका हेल्प नहीं होता और जो संभव नहीं होते हैं, जिनकी जरूरत नहीं होती है, those sadhanas they will not tell. Those which are not required, those cannot be done, and in doing them, in which they won't help us. Such sadhanas they will not tell. If you do this, I am helping you, and it is possible to you, and it's a necessary. 6 sadhanas. Okay. Now the next step is talking. Mm. In this, summarizing what was said in the earlier sloka, he will be adding 2 or 3 more things. Let me chant this mantra. Yatha sambhavamudyogat anudvignataya swaya sadhu sangama sakshastra paratam prathamam shrayet. Yatha sambhavamudyogat anudvignataya swaya sadhu sangama sakshastra paratam prathamam shrayet. I tell you, Vasishtha ji na मुझे इतने परेशान कर रहे हैं. Because in one shloka, so many subtle, important things is adding quickly, and it is clicking to me in my understanding. But to explain it, each of them in so detail, so many other helps I have to take the backgrounds, the examples, other shastra quotations. Very, very. If one is able to study, understand in detail and depth Yoga Vasishtha Ramayana, I am sure the intellect will expand to a great extent. So first, पहले जो बताया उसको फिर से कह रहे, यथा संभवम उद्योगात. The moment it is said, we must understand all the other above said 6 things. वृत्ति, शास्त्र विरुद्ध, लोक विरुद्ध, संतोष, संतुष्ट, भोगगंधम परित्यज्य. भोगगंध आते ही then your santushti goes away, santosha goes away, then you want to work more and more to get the money. If that is not there, then you go by Loka Viruddha and Shastra Viruddha. Sara pani fir gaya. Totally worst than our life will be. No sadhana. So that is why he is repeating. Yatha sambhavam udyoga. First. Second, then anudvignataya. After that way, establishing in your vritti for your livelihood, don't get any anudvega. No, this is a big, big thing. Don't get an udvega. Be anudvega means what? Don't get excited. Anudvignataya swaya. Now, what is the meaning of the excitements here? As we said earlier, when we look at the other people, they look to be having more money, more fun, more enjoyments. अरे मैं बताऊं, वो लोग just बेवकूफ number 1, wasting their time. Human life, precious life. You can see some of the rich people. How they just wake up at what time, do what? Precious 24 hours of the day, healthy day, without doing even little sadhana, it is being spent. Little bit they do one or two bhajan kirtan सुन लिया और उसमें कहाँ साधना है. And then they justify it. हम कीर्तन सुन लेते एक आध. See that amount of that intellectual slumber, that they are not able to think that the Lord has given every riches, every comforts. It is His kindness telling me to do sadhana. I'm not doing it all. ये होता है लोगों को देखकर. Then we become udvejita. Therefore, be stabilized. Anudvigna mana. Yatha sambhavam udyogat. After that, anudvigna manaha. Anudvignataya. Don't get excited about seeing the world, their achievements, etc. वो तो ऐसे ही आते ही जाते हैं, वो सब भौतिक है. They all are binding only. You don't get udvejita and feel that self-respect. I am better than them. Like if I'm giving my example. You know, yeah, I'm, let's say, traveling somewhere, train में. People around me are with full riches of their dressing, their clothing, their eating. बढ़िया था मेरे से. No, I can become उद्विग्न. अरे वो मेरे को नहीं मिला. But it's not udveg. I have to feel here. I'm not a bhogi like them. I'm doing my sadhana. It is better. I should feel self-respect in that. I'm better than them. Only up to that. The comparison, not to belittle them and feel arrogant. I'm giving an example. Coming to spirituality is any day better and greater. Therefore, looking at the worldly people, don't get udvejita. Worldly things को देखकर उद्वेजित मत होना. अनुद्विग्नतया स्वया. Maintain that peace. Okay, and with that non-excited state of mind itself, what is next to be done? Sadhu sangama and satchastra paratam pratamam shrayet. Pratama means first and foremost. Shrayet means take the ashraya of, take the shelter of what? Sadhu sangama and satchastra. प्रथम उसको पहले चुनो, फिर उसके बाद क्या चुनो. अब उसको भाई कुछ नहीं चुनना, बट उसी को पकड़ो. Because the subtlety is what here. In the sadhu sangama, if you have gone into asadhu sangama, you cannot come back again easily. In same way, in the sat shastra, the asat shastra you are involved in, you can never come. अब now people example मैं दे रहा हूँ. वो 3 न्यूज़पेपर पूरा पढ़ते, 3 घंटे लगा. नो टेल देम यार ऐसे इसी तरह 15 मिनट गीता पढ़ो. नहीं नहीं मेरे से नहीं होता. बट 3 आवर दे आर स्टडीइंग इट. अशास्त्र पढ़ने में आदत हो गया, सच्चास्त्र पढ़ने को मन नहीं होगा. So to asadhu sangama they have. The people who talk about the worldliness, the bhoga involvement. Or in your own friend circle, near your house, there is somebody who can discuss with you Shastra, Satsanga. करो ना. नहीं मेरे को टाइम नहीं बोलता है. Remember these two, Asadu Sangama, Asat Shastra Sangama. If you are got into that, you cannot come out of it. इसलिए प्रथमम श्रयेत. प्रथम श्रेय means give first importance and priority to साधु संगमन सत्शास्त्र. वो आपको बचा के रखता है. छोड़ ही दिया तो फंस गए उसमें, दूसरे में. So what are the 3 things that are added to the earlier said 6 things? Anudvigna manaha, sadhu sangama pratamam shrayet, satchastram pratamam shrayet. 6 plus 3 sadhanas are rolled. Remember what are they? First, yata sambhavaya vritti. Second, that should be loka viruddha. It should be shastra viruddha. 3. With whatever livelihood you earn, santosha. Then the 5th one is santushta. 6th is important. Bhoga gandham parityajet. Protect yourself. Don't have any bhoga vastus around you. Don't go to those houses or places where, without your knowledge or permission, mind gathers those vasanas. फिर वो अंदर अपना मैनिपुलेट करके एक दिन आपको कहते अच्छा तुम भी जाओ. हमें ना बांस ही नहीं रहने देना, बांसुरी की बात बात की. You have to be very intelligent like that. And nothing happens when we give up them. लोग कहते हैं ना टेस्ट तो कर लो, भाई आई जाओ एक बारी. अरे उसे ऐसे ही एक बार भगवान खुद ही सोचे क्या फर्क पड़ता है, हाँ my own माया शक्ति is under my control, चलो let me use once, and he did it and he became now the samsari. You and they are the he only. He gave little chance, now he has fallen to such a level, आप कितना भी कोशिश करो उस हाइट में जा नहीं पा रहे. You understand? That's why bhogaganam parityajet. Now the seventh one added is anudvigna mana swayam. Then Prathamam Shrayet. Give most importance and priority. Sadhu Sangama and Satchastra. Sadhu Sangama and Satchastra. Ah. Obviously, one or two things what we can discuss is what if our prarabdha is very bad. We are bound by so many people around us. Don't go to sadhus, etc. etc. And there are some people, they want to have sadhu sangama, but the children won't allow, the wife or husband will not allow. नहीं 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 कहते. If they don't allow them to come to your house, you go. Somehow you manage. है ना, जैसे कभी ट्रैफिक जाम में फंसते हो, don't you think somehow let me go out, come out of it. That type of attitude to get into that sadhu sangama. कुछ भी करे, मेरे को साधु संगम करना है ना. There are some people, they explain to the wife or husband to the children, भाई मुझे सत्संग करनी है, अब दूसरे चीज जो करना करेंगे लेकिन इसमें मुझे रोको मत, मेरे को फ्रीडम दो. और नहीं देंगे वो, लीव देम एंड गो, भरोसा भगवान का, तो क्यों नहीं निभाएंगे वो. These are the temptations, these are the fears that come. Temptations for the bhoga of the world, fear of some sentiments and obligations makes us not go for sadhu sangha. No, you have to be ruthless, भाई, नहीं तो कैसा होगा बताओ. And don't never think that इस लाइफ चला जाएगा अगले जन्म में शायद हो सकता है, शायद नहीं होता. What you do, that only happens. And who knows, in next life more worst family will be there who not even allow you to go to think about sadhu only. Don't think about sadhu, think about me, means असाधु. होता है कि नहीं. अब का हमारे हाथ में है उसी को. In the same way, Sat Shastram Pratamam Vrajet. Only the spiritual Shastras, Tattva Shastras, Moksha Shastras, Upanishad Shastras. Hold on to them. If you get the taste of it, if you are getting an opportunity for it, बन गया बात, अब पकड़ो उसको, छोड़ो मत. मे बी अदर्स आर डूइंग, भजन कर रहे, कीर्तन कर रहे, हजारों लोग नाच रहे, गा रहे, दे आर ऑल ऑफ द लोअर लेवल. In doing all of them, there is no intellectual inquiry about sadasat. They are still at the upadhi level. And that may be giving purification to them and all. We might have done it all in the last 10 lives. उसी के लिए अंतकरण शुद्ध हुआ, देखो भगवान is giving us the Upanishads and Tattva Shastras. He is giving us, is not giving them. Why? Because we are advanced. It's not ego. We have to respect our what sadhanas we have done earlier. We have to also respect what Lord is giving us. अरे तत्व शास्त्र सुनने का मौका, अरे बाबा सुनो, थोड़ा समझो. भगवान is giving his. Therefore, Prathamam Rajit. So here, if you take it as an advice, strong advice order, even if your mind is not cooperating, even if the situations are not cooperating, still do every struggle, every fighting, every sacrifice, and go to that sadhu sangam and satshastra by your effort. Every sacrifice for that is worthy. This is the ruthless way the Vasishtha is saying. And इसी का moderate way of saying is what? अरे यार, by your earlier lives पुण्य वाला, by Guru's kripa or some Mahatma's kripa, or you might have served somebody. If you are getting these two things freely, grab them. साधु संगम शास्त्र शास्त्र, अब घुस जाओ उसमें, फिर don't come out. Like in the सर्दी मौसम, you get a cozy house and a blanket, don't you feel so secure उसमें घुसकर? I'm so happy, you know. In the peak winters in North India, finding for that cozy place, especially when you're on the roads and all waiting for bus, taxi, they look for it. There cannot be anything cozier than Sadhu Sangam and Satshastra. Even in this 1 hour class, when you're listening, there is an effort and struggle regarding ability are not able to understand this sadhana, shastra. That's okay. But where is samsara? Where are raga dveshas? Where is kama krodha? Where is dehadi adhyasa? Where is seeing the world in comparison? एक घंटे के लिए पूरा संसार नहीं दे खत्म हो गया कि नहीं. Our only struggle is we are trying to understand. This is required struggle only. This is called purushartha. So continue it. Sadhu sangama satshastra. Sadhu sangama satshastram prathamam shrayet. We giving it full priority. Hold on to it. Never give it up. Okay. Now, Bhagavan is, one more thing is adding in the sloka 18. So making it 10-point formula so far. And adding one point is so kinder that the what is said earlier, that also is adding. मतलब 3 श्लोकों में साधना को 3 बार बताना. See the compassion of him. Because he knows we forget. And he knows we should not forget. And the only way is I tell them repeatedly, they must listen repeatedly. I feel so much when I study Vaashishtha ji, it's compassion and kindness. Is it not spoon feeding? How lovely it is. No complication at all. Direct. If at all little complication is there for you to understand, it is my mistake. I may not be employing right language or tone. But from Vaashishtha ji's standpoint, so clear. Only problem with him is he doesn't know English or Hindi. वशिष्ठ जी संस्कृत में बोल सकते हो. Now see the summary plus one more thing added. 6 plus 3 plus 1. What is it? यथा प्राप्तार्थ संतुष्टः यो गर्हितमुपेक्षते साधु संगम सच्छास्त्र परः शीघ्रं सह मुच्यते. शीघ्रं सह मुच्यते. Very soon, early, he will get liberated. And what is liberation? From the bondage. What binds us? Anatma. What is anatma? The entire panchakoshas of ours and the entire world of Rupana. To bind, they are should be real, but they are not real. But we imagine them, we give them reality, we get bound. Sadhu Sangam Satshastra, when we thoroughly exposed to, that moksha happens. So, Shighram Sahamuchyate, it is understood. Very soon he will be liberated. What are the already said sadhanas and what is the 10th one added here? Already said are first, Yatha Prapta Artha Santushtaha. Yatha Prapta Artha Santushtaha. He is contented with whatever is coming to him. This we 1,000 times we listen. But before that, what is said, nowhere you listen, here Vaashishtha ji already prepared. What do you mean by Yatha Prapta Artha Santushtaha? Yatha Sambhava Vritti, that also Loka Aviruddha, that also Shastra Aviruddha, then with that Santosha and Santushti. That is the meaning of Yatha Praptartha Santushta. In that Yatha Praptartha, things won't come to you just by themselves. You should do some Purushartha even for your livelihood. Like a sadhu sannyasi given everything. For him also to survive, he will have to go and ask at least Bhavati Bhiksham Dehi. आप नहीं मांगोगे तो लोग कहेंगे साधु का पेट भरा हुआ है शायद से लोग नहीं मांग रहे हो. So everywhere we listen that be happy with whatever you get. But be happy with whatever you get should be preceded by doing what is possible to us. Yatha sambhavaya vrutya. So a sannyasi also will do some, like I am doing this vritti of satsanga to get my livelihood. नहीं तो मैं जिंदा हूं क्यों पता ही नहीं होता किसी को क्यों कोई खाना देंगे मुझे. This is my sambhava vritti. And it is not loka viruddha. It is not shastra viruddha. Then whatever Bhagavan gives food, santosha and santushta. All of that he says, yatha praptartha santushtaha. One thing which was said earlier, repeated. The other thing which is said in the next sloka, that is also repeated, sadhu sangama sachastra paraha, which are said. Now, what is an added 10th point here? Garhitam upekshate. Here, little pause. What is it? Garhita means that which is said to be no, which is ensured, which is said not to be done. That should be given up. Here, Garhitam for what? All. Whatever it takes you away from sadhu sangama, whatever takes you away from sat shastra, whatever makes you, what is it, greedy instead of contented, not happy instead of happy, All of that is garhita. Upekshate, the one who is so conscious, sensitive, intelligent. He knows that this thought, this word, this action is garhita, is nindita, is non-suggested for me to be spiritual. Therefore, I will not entertain. जो हिंदी में उर्दू में कहते हैं ना गर्हित परहेज, तो डॉक्टर ने कहा है मत ले लो, गर्हित है. Garhita means which is censured or which is said to be no. Upekshate. This is the thing we have to add. You know, this in that definition of Sharanagati, so beautifully said by that saint, na? Anukulasya sankalpaha pratikulasya varjanam. Whatever is anukula for our sadhana, do sankalpa and do them. And whatever is pratikula for the sadhana, uska varjanam, we must give it up. Varjita. That pratikulasya varjanam is equal to garhitam upekshate. These are the very sublime capacities, qualities we have to develop in us. Now, I can give thousands of examples. अब क्या क्या बताऊं मैं? You know, a driver, a matured driver. Even if the Malik says, "Hey, धीरे जा रहा हूँ, 60 पे 70 पे 120 लगाओ." He will tell the Malik first, "Sir, इतने स्पीड जाने से एक्सीडेंट का चांस है और पार्ट्स ऑफ द कार विल बी स्पॉइल्ड. इट इज गुड इफ यू गो बाय 70-80." फिर भी आपका हो तो मैं स्पीड ले जाता. If the owner is intelligent, चल ठीक है maintain 78. That going beyond the speed is garhitam. That particular driver is so sensitive regarding protecting that car. So too, if you have a servant who is giving you food, you may ask for the sweets and all. He says you are diabetic, sir, आपको हम नहीं देंगे, garhitam. फिर भी आप पूछोगे तो आपके लिए जानबूझकर 2 चीनी के डाल के दे देगा, ये बहुत है इसमें. Because garhitam. Now, in how many things which are garhita, we are sensitive and giving up. We ourselves have desires. And we come under sentiments, obligations of so many people. That is the biggest problem. Other than the guidance from sadhu, or other than the guidance from satsanga, satshastra, everybody's misguidance, we quickly grab it and follow it. This is what the most unfortunate thing for all of us. Where we have to be ruthless, where we surrender, and where we have to surrender, there is ruthless. गुरु और शास्त्र को टोटली सरेंडर करना है. देर वी आर ruthless. नहीं, जब टाइम मिलेंगे तो आएंगे, नहीं तो नहीं. And where we have to be ruthless to the family and to the other things of bhoga etc. We surrender. कोई नहीं, आपने कहा तो कहीं लेते. आप देखो how such personality first of all enters into spiritual gadi. Forget about traveling in that vehicle and reaching the goal. Now, how careful Vasishtha ji is in guiding us. Dekho. Now, this shloka, whatever meaning is being conveyed, how much we have to contemplate on it to grasp the meaning first of all, then its importance, then usko utaro apne andar. This is called as Shastra Shravana, Shastra Adhyana, Shastra ke anusar jina. This is called sadhana. Without all this intellectual clarity, अब अंधेरे में तीर मारो, how do you call it as sadhana? कुछ भी कर रहे हो. एंड जैसे मैं ये कर रहा हूँ, वो कर रहा हूँ. तुमको करने से साधना नहीं होता, जो नहीं करना है उसको छोड़ने से. Because whatever you are doing, you only are nullifying it by your own doing those things which are not to be done. Now see the intelligence of Vasishtha ji. What to do, he told, sadhu sangama satchastra parata. Para means that is most important to be given. And what not to be do also, to be done also, he told. Garhitam upekshate. Now this garhitam means सारे चीजें आ जाते हैं. As I told you already, whichever disturbs your mind, udvejit karta hai. Whichever neutralizes your devotion for sadhu and satsang, sadhu sangam and satshastra, all of them are garhita. Whichever bigados your santosha, santushti, whichever takes you away from yatha sambhava vritti, whichever makes you to do the loka viruddha and shastra viruddha, all of that is garhita. Upekshita. इसलिए ना, एन इंटेलिजेंट पर्सन डॉक्टर को पूछते हैं पेशेंट, डॉक्टर साहब पहले क्या नहीं करना है बताओ, क्या नहीं खाना है? हम क्या पहले क्या खाए अब पूछते हैं, क्या नहीं खाना है बताओ, दैट लिस्ट फर्स्ट अवॉइड इट, इट अवॉइड्स द न्यू एडिशन ऑफ द डिसीज और प्रॉब्लम, देन क्या लेना. So again in repeating, see the 10 things, very simple. First, yatha sambhava vritti. Second, that should be not opposite to Shastra. Shastra viruddha. So to Loka viruddha. Loka viruddha I have not explained to you, knowing that you are intelligent. Because anything Loka viruddha you do, that creates chaos in the Loka, and their dukkha itself becomes curse to us. And we, how much our struggle for sadhana, sadhana nahi hota. You are worried, मैं तो कर रहा हूँ क्यों नहीं हो रहा? Because you have done the earlier Loka viruddha, all their dukkha is acting as sharper to you in a subtle level. It is not allowing you to go deeper in your struggle. These all, if I explain, it goes for hours. But idea is given. Otherwise, why will he mention as the first thing? Sa yatha sambhava vritya. Then he said, loka viruddha, shastra viruddha nahi hona chahiye. First he said is loka viruddha ka आपकी वृत्ति होना ही नहीं चाहिए. Three. Fourth one is santosha. Fifth is santushta. Sixth is bhoga gandham parityajet. Seventh anudigna. Eighth is sadhu sangama shachastra parata. Sadhu sangama parata. Ninth is sachastra parata. Tenth is garitam upekshate. Then shigram sahamuchyate. Very soon you will get liberated. Every doctor, physical also should tell the patient. So these are your symptoms, problems. These are things you totally avoid. These things you take care. Within a month or two, you will be fine. This is what. Now we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shlokas. 4 of them. It can be done now also in 10 minutes. But kal isko padkar sampanna kare. We'll enter into 7th sarga. Thank you. ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो परमर्षिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Okay friends, come back for our Hindi class.